Hello there, friends. We are back in Bitwig Studio. We are with Bitwig in. Actually, we are with 3D in Bitwig Studio here. So, yes, we will start with a completely empty scene. If you haven't already, you can delete the two tracks that you have here. It's a MIDI track, and there's a MIDI track and an audio track, which you can delete if you like. To begin our little journey today, what we do is just add an audio rec as usual. I'm gonna look a little bit for a couple of samples. So I will be going for my 3DFX production folder, in where I have my samples category. And I usually nowadays I go to my large libraries. I have a little bit more to choose from here. So what I'll do is I'll just simply see if we can find some kind of drums here. So in this pack here, it's called the Vengeance Translation Volume 3. If you wanna check that one out, what we have is a couple of samples. And so I just simply go in, I check the kicks first, see what we got. And we're also gonna check out on the other, like this part over here. So we check the other, so we can check how they compare. So go only checking kicks for now. See drums 4x4, and what I'll do. I'll do like this time around. What I will do is I think I will save every one of these kits available here. This is the Euphoria kit here. These are construction, what do you call it? Construction kits. So what I'll do, I'll just jump over here and see if we can find a, this Euphoria kit here. It's this one. So we'll continue on the For You. So each and every folder here is one construction kit for a special type of a song, and each song is labeled after the BTS. So as you can see, Ants kit, Beautiful Mind, Dirty Mud, Euphoria kit, and For You kit, and so on. So if you're interested in this, you probably go to Vengeance and Vengeance home site, and there you can find these stuffs. So what I want to do right now is I just want to have these 4x4, and I want to have all of them. And then my thinking was to be able to save all of these kicks as one single, what do you call it? One single file. But I just realized you can do this a little easier, or a little, what should I say? You can do it in a better way, so to speak. You can just simply open it in Bitwig. So let's start off over here, and we don't need to label anything. We just take the first drum kit over here, and we take the 4x4, and we just drag it right over here, and it's there already. It's so easy in Bitwig. Everything's just so simple. So what I'll do is I'll take a 4 pattern kick here, I suppose, like that, 4 to the floor. And I'm also gonna note this is 133 BPM. Depends a little what the others are, but most of them are around 133 to 130 something else. So what I'll do, I'll just lower this to 133 because that seems to be the closest number for these type of projects. So let's just see. So this is our distance, and then also increase the volumes around 0 dB just to kind of hear the kick, better. Then I'll go to the next one, and I'll just kind of pump this in to see whether or not this will be something that we might want to use in our coming projects. So I just have to sit and watch now for a while. I'm just gonna kind of try to get a little perspective on what we got to work with in here. For You kit, drums 4x4 right over here. So what I'll do later is I'll mute all of the tracks and then just unmute the one that I will want to play and compare to the other. That's pretty good. So let's see, we are at For You, and that one's in. Let's go to the next track. That's Forever Free, one of my favorites, I think. So let's have the 4x4. Whoopsies, or whoopsie daisies, as I usually say, because it's so, I don't know, it's a U-ground thing. I like the expression. Here we go. So let's have some heavy thoughts over us. Drums. Cannot find. There's the 4x4. So let's get them out. And we will have Into This World. And we have drums. And we'll try to find a 4x4 here. Seems like it's tight here. Let's move this out so we can see something. Move this one out. And there's the 4x4. Thank you. So we'll have a ton of kicks here, which is really good. Now we can compare. So I kind of, lately I've been thinking like this is probably a great way to do both with synthesizer sounds and any kind of stuff. And then you can just very quickly find the type of sound that you're interested in. And it's so much easier to mix, you know what I mean? You don't have to be more stupid than necessary, if you know what I mean. That's how we roll on 3DFX anyway. So let's see if we can find that kick. EQ, fine and dandy. Let's have the Serenity. Let's have the kick 4. And we will just even that out. Serious mode. Serious mood. No, that's not the kind of music we do here at 3DFX, is it? So we're going to pump all of these samples in here in the slot so we can compare and quick and easy, like the smart way that's supposed to be. So let's have the drums. I don't understand why no other musicians seem to do this, but yeah. I kind of feel like I have, gotten this idea myself. I'm probably not the only one, but it seems like I haven't seen this before and I don't know why. But yeah, kick, there we go. Kick number 4. We're gonna go out of here and go to a ghost chip, and we're gonna find a 4x4, which we have here. So there we go. Starting to get dark there, maybe a little too dark for my taste. So we'll have this to perhaps something like, I'll just make it green, that'll do. Okay, escaping the ghost ship, going in for This Is Me, and see if we have the 4x4, which we have here. It stubbornly wants to become gray, which I don't want to, so I'll just put it purple. Come on, buddy, you can do better than this. Okay, so to lighter. Here we go, and I'm gonna have this. Lovey-dovey-doo. And that's not the last one. No, we have more songs. We have the Trance of Life. Let's have the 4x4 from that one. And the last one, Wonderful World. Excellent. Let's have the 4x4 there. So here we go, ladies and gents. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put this into that color, and that's gonna be done and dandy. I like it. That's a new expression of mine, done and dandy. I said done and dusted too much, so I gotta kind of change my words for these videos, just so I can please you guys. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna save these to some kind of folder. Where I would be smart enough to put them. Let's see if we can have them, for example, on the Bitwig project, or perhaps I should just use Bitwig's own. I'm not really sure about that, actually. Depends if you quickly wanna get at it. But I wonder where I have my former. See, I did some sounds before. I mean, the projects. They're just ordered by date here, which I usually do with the songs that I don't believe is going to become so much of. But anyway, I guess I will simply put this in Bitwig project anyways, and I guess it would best put it on the backup at once, so I don't format my. If I format Windows, then this will be formatted. This is another hard drive, so this will not be formatted, which is a benefit. So let's see here. What did I put here? Okay, so I don't really see any other presets. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, these are the presets folder. Okay, so what I'm probably gonna do, I'm thinking restructuring my songs and everything, so I think maybe I should do a new folder here called something. I'm gonna do that probably, actually. So I will call this folder presets and production, perhaps. It's what I'm probably gonna use later, so it's pretty important to have a good name for this. Just so I'll probably call it number 08. Production systematic approach system. It is a very systematic approach. I'm not going to call it really systematic anything. Presets and production. What will I call this, man? I can't find preset. I'm gonna call it presets and production for the time being. Then maybe I'll change it. So we'll see. Just to try to make myself more productive. So I can write, so I can write tracks much faster than I can do at the moment. And that's all about production. So I'm getting more effective at working my tracks. That's what it's about. See, my friends, because you have to go through this, because I actually, let me see here. I actually do this YouTube thing mostly for my own purpose. I use Bitwig as a form of a diary to kind of look back and see what I can improve and so on. I don't at all expect anyone to like my video or do whatever. I don't really care. The only thing I care about is to see, look back like a year ahead and see, or backwards whenever there has been a year gone, and see how far I've come. And that's the thing, and that's why I use Bitwig. And as a tool like that, it's very smart to use Bitwig this way, is to my belief anyways. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to write the file name here, but first we want the folder, and what I would write is a kick folder here. I probably will maybe also label it the same as they have done here, so I know that this belongs to the Vengeance sensation tree. So I'm just thinking how I should do it, but let's Vengeance trans sensation. Let's have this done, and then I'm gonna. Nope. Oh, why is this? And now we'll see. Volume 3. That's pretty important because there are several of these. So let's have volume 3. Okay, cool. So that's done and dusted. I use that word. Alright, so inside of this folder, I'm gonna label this one kick, and these will only be kicks. So I'll also label these kicks, or kick, or whatever you want to call it. I'll just label it kick for simplicity, and inside of here we'll just have this folder there, but this will be it will be linking to this project file, so it's actually not all of the kicks like that. It's just kind of, but it's smart to have it like this. It's very smart because it's gonna make it million times easier for us and much faster to work. So let's see here. Let me think. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this as a kick VTS V3 kicks, maybe. Maybe that will be a right idea. So let's try that. I'll just, I guess I will call it that. So, okay, let's go. So I'm saving this. And now, my friends, comes the fun part, because now we have this stuff in. What we can do is start listening to these sounds. So we'll unmute the first kick and play that. Now that's a clean, good kick. I like it. It would be very believable that I would use it. I'll also put that transport loop region on so we can listen. Okay, good kick. I would use it because it's very clear and very concise. I love that. Good. This one is very much more muted in my opinion. Totally a bit different characters. And this is probably something I wouldn't use because it's kind of hard to make it go through the mix or whatever. But depends on what mix you have, so could be good for you. Moving on. This one sounds very thin in comparison to the other kicks. And also, if you like to compare the frequencies, you could also, by now, just take that split EQ. And you could probably compare these kicks, how you like it. You could also slap this little thing onto the other. And let's, you can see if, say, I put one of these on here and I turn this one up so you can compare the kicks right over here about where the frequencies may be, like something like that. That's all. Look pretty similar because they're basically just kicks. Anyway, so I'm gonna mute these and I'm gonna take the fourth kick here. We're done with the third. Okay, has a little bit more meat than this one. You could probably take this one and put it here and just see if that has a bit wider in this area perhaps. It's pretty hard to see. I guess this could be compared with several frequencies. Synths at once. I'm not really sure how to do that though. That would be good though, but that's for a later time. So let's check this one out. It feels pretty good. It's clear, but it's pretty low main level sound. Could be easily fixed by just increasing that with both benefits and disbenefits, I guess. But it's pretty clear and punchy. I like that, and it's clear. It's not too daft. Next, this one sounds very muted in my ears, but yeah, again, for the right mix, it could do the job just as well. Gonna mute that. Next. Okay, this one, I feel that the tail of this one is a little boomy. I don't know, reverby or something. It sounds a bit like it, not like it echoes, but it's a little towards that, so I don't know, it wouldn't be my first kick choice. Moving on. Okay, this one is very muted when it comes to the resonance or whatever you want to call it. Look at the tail of this is extremely short. This is a very good kick because it will not bug the mix a lot. It sounds very muted but still very on spot, you know what I mean? So it's a good kick, but it's also kinda low and kinda, I don't know, it's in the middle somewhere. But it's a pretty good kick for production though. Depending a little bit what you're gonna do for house and so on, I guess that one could be pretty good actually. Depends a lot what kind of bass you have in between and so on, if you know what I mean. Gonna check the rest here. Okay, this one feels a little too heavy for me, and as you can see on the sine shape, look at it, it looks a little too boomy for me. but again, for the right mix may be adequate for the job, but I feel it has a little too much body. So yeah, this one sounds pretty good. It's punchy, and it looks like it's big on the sound wave, but it sounds very clean. So I think this is good production kick for me anyway. Moving on. Okay, so this one sits in between somewhere. It's a pretty good kick, also clean and so on. It's usable. It doesn't really have a lot of character, but it seems pretty neutral, which can be pretty good. So this is a good production kick in my opinion as well, because it's not a lot of junk in the way either. And here I have something weird, because it feels like there's nothing in the start of the kick compared to if you look at the body. It sounds quite muted. It's basically the same sound levels as the other. I don't know if it hit me minus 6 dB or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. But it's a pretty decent kick for production. It doesn't really, there's nothing like annoying with it, so it's good. It just doesn't have the kind of character that I'm interested in. But for different mix than I do, it could probably be a good kick. Very well. Next. Okay, this one again I don't really like, because let's see here. Where is there we go. So let's when you up the sound here, you can hear that it's quite a booming kick actually. And look at the body also. It's not always the sine wave or whatever it's called. It's always telling you the truth about it, so you should listen to it. But it is quite clear. But I feel it's boomy at the edges of the sound, or whatever you want to call it. So it's not really my preference of kick this. But I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that I would maybe not prefer this in first case scenario. Moving on. Could be different from other type of mixes though. This one, okay, so it doesn't have that, thing around it that sounds, I call it around it, but it's like, if you listen to the sounds, it doesn't seem it has a lot of things annoying it, which is a good thing. So this you could use for production in my opinion, because it's pretty good. The thing with it, it's kind of low. So it's not maybe the best for every single track and so on, but yeah, not much more to say about it. Let's go on with this. Okay, so this is a bit like, it feels like it's louder, but maybe it's not, but maybe because it's different frequency range in this one. If you look at the shape here, it's a little longer tail than some of the other. It's very direct, quite kind of neutral, in my opinion, what I call neutral. A pretty good, production kick. Should be working with most, I don't know, trance or maybe house kicks. This is probably a better trance kick, I would say, but I'm guessing so. Let's see. Okay, here we have one. This one is pretty nice and it's pretty crisp as well. Maybe not a kick that I would use, but this one is a good production kick in my opinion. You can clearly hear the beginning of it, and then wong, the rest of it coming after, and I quite like it when they make that work, and this one seems very clean, so that's good. Okay, so this one, it's decent, but I would say I'm a little disappointed. It's a little low in volume, or I don't know if it's the dynamic energy or whatever you want to call it, but it's a little too low mixed for me, or whatever you want to call it. But again, it all depends on the mix, so it could very well be good in some mixes. Okay, so that's all of these kicks that I have now reviewed from the Vengeance Transition Volume 3, I guess, with DJ Vargan. So that's all of these, and now I have made myself a little bit of a library, so that I very quickly can start my coming song here. So the way that I'm gonna start this is by taking a new project side by side, and then I'm simply very quickly gonna run through the kicks and see what kind of kick I'm interested in using. So let's try the first one again. That one's very good. It's punchy, it's clear, it really shows, it kind of defines the track, you know, at once you can hear it, you know, it's gonna, you know, be a kicking track if it is gonna kick, so it's good for you anyway. But anyway, so that one's really good. So let's continue. This one's too muted. Okay. This one, it's pretty good actually. This one, good, but it's a little too boomy, so no. This one, decent, but not so good because it doesn't really have so much dynamic energy in my opinion. It doesn't really shake you, you know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, this one too muted. This one is decent. It's pretty good. It's clear. Okay, so now I'm not really gonna go through this again, but I'm gonna unmute a few examples here that I can use, but maybe not right now. But let's put a color on them. I'll put red colors. I know these are good alternatives, like that. And then I'm gonna see if I have. I'm gonna mute this. Gonna mute that also. So let's see what am I playing now. This one is too boomy, so this one's pretty good actually, but it's not really my kind of cup of tea. This one is decent, it's good. Let's see, it's decent, but it's a little too little energy in that. So, and this one has too much energy. So, yeah. And this, it's a little flat. I don't know. This one is too much body on it. So, and this one I feel a little bit the same, but yeah. This one is too flat and too what do you call it? Like too low. And this one also very low. And this one, it feels like it has a release or something on it or whatever. It's a little annoying actually. There's many actually kicks that I complained on here, but that is nitpicking. It is when you compare them side by side like I do here, it's kind of unfair, but yeah. But a very good way to kind of check your kicks, you know what I mean, before you even start mix with them. So what I'm gonna do, I found two favorites here. One of them was the, let's see what it's named. It's the VTS3 Ants kit. So this is from the Ants kit on that Vengeance Sensation Volume 3. Ants kick was good, and the free fall kick was good. So now it's the finalist. Which one will it be? Or, so this is very much calmer. So I think I will simply use the loudest kick first, and then I might, no, actually I'll do the opposite actually. I'll take the lowest first and see if it if I can do something with it. So that's what I'll do. I'll take this clip over here. I'll just bam. That's the first thing that starts our song today. I'm gonna check my time here. So we're at half an hour now. So I'm gonna use that thing, and then I should also do this with like drums and examples like that. But I do already have a little bit of drums and so on I can borrow from a song that is pretty good that I've made. It's the Ridge Racer Retribution. So we'll load that, and we will borrow some of the samples from there. I might actually do the same thing with these laters. I think that ought to be an excellent habit. But for now, I just want to ride the flow and see if I can write some track today. So we have these hats here. So what do you know? Maybe I want to reuse this in another track just for simplicity reasons. So let's take the whole bunch like this and just see how it works with this kick. So let's load the plugins and let's run it. In my opinion right now, I feel it's way too boomy, this kick. I don't know why, but it just doesn't fit the mix. So let's amputate that and let's have this one instead. It'll probably be even worse, but we'll try it. So this way we have all of these to select and we can very easy see what will fit this mix so much easier than scrolling through samples all day long, in my opinion. So this sounds a little better. So let's just have that down to here. That's there. So maybe we should just drop that down to 133. That's what we're working with. But no, I always work in like 137, 138. So it's gotta be 138 when you're doing trance or whatever you do. So, but for now, we don't really know if we become trance, we probably will. But we're gonna cut this kick here. We're gonna see if we find a kick that sounds a little bit better. Maybe some of the more muted will sound better in this mix. We never know. So let's try this. So let's hunt for a kick that really works here. So that's pretty good. This is too muted, I think. This is too boomy. That's too weak. So I don't like that. Let's try this again. This one is pretty good. I think this will work. So let's label this red. Let's see here. This one is pretty good also, actually. So it's a little weak. Okay, that's a little weak. Okay, so now it's either this one or it's that one. And I feel, let's see there. I think this is gonna work really well with that mix. It's clean and everything, so yeah, I think so. But I will first label it like this. But first I'll try the strong enough kit 4x4. So let's have that one over here, and let's move this one over there and activate the audio engine and see. Oh yeah, works pretty well, right? But it's on the risk of getting too boomy when you increase the sound. So like 2 dBs starting to get way too boomy in my opinion. So it depends a little bit where you're gonna have your mix, you know. But right here it sounds pretty good. At around I think it is -5, -6 dB. So let's take. Okay, so we will mute this track and we'll take this other track down here, and we'll drop this in and we'll compare these two kicks here. So I'll have that muted and run this one. Okay, much more muted, but you can run it a little louder though, without the mix getting fussy. So let's try to put that -1.6 dB and then take the other one. See how if it could. It tends to get a little boomy in this, I feel. But yeah. So maybe we could try split EQ it. So let's see, we'll just see if it's possible. But maybe not. So we'll see. We'll just drop it down a little. We'll see what happens. There's a lot being cut in very small segments. So if you compare that to, per se, this. I have a feeling this one will almost sound the best. It's very crisp and stuffy, so that's a good thing. So I think we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna cut this so we get a more, you know, crispy mix. There we go. Alright, cool. Now let's try to write some form of intro here. Let's see if we can do that. What will we have in the beginning? That's always a good question. We will probably, in my opinion, we will try to make the mix we'll try to do something around 16 bars as always, and we will see if we do a break here or whatever. Going to put this at 16 bars. So we'll move this kick up here so we can see what we're doing. We'll just copy these up over here, and we'll see. So we will keep that groove going for probably 32 bars there or so. So we'll just have this over here again, and we will see what happens later. The break will not come here, so I'm gonna remove this. How do I do that? Let's just delete it. There we go. Let's let's have something happen here. So let's add a synthesizer, and a little bit unsure how I'm gonna start, but I'll just probably use I'll probably just put in an Avenger, and we'll see what we're gonna be able to do here. First off, I'm gonna try my fave category, in leads. I have a ton of sounds that are already done in a later tutorial, so I easier found my favorite sounds. So I'm gonna check these out. What I was thinking trying in the beginning is actually some form of an arpeggiator, but I don't think I really have an arpeggiated sound here, so I probably have to turn on this one. So we can use some arpeggiated sounds or whatever. Let's have that sound instead. And let's have an arpeggiated. But that you do not want arpeggiated. So let's see what we can do. Can I not arpeggiate that? Okay, it's not arpeggiated. We'll see. That sounds pretty good. We could probably use that actually. So I'm gonna have that. Loaded. So, and also, if you really do want to write something on this synth, I'll just call it LD Express. So let's do that. So I call my synths the name of the preset. This time around, it doesn't really matter. So many times I don't even write anything because it just takes extra time writing. So AliExpress, and you know what? We are going to do this mix very soon. But for now, I'll have to give you a little bit of a break here. I need to attend business on the water closest, so I'll see you very soon. I'll just stop the video, and I'll be back, and I'll have it edited for you guys.